So on BFREE Monday tonight, we are welcoming Gemma. I'm not even going to try and pronounce your last name, Gem. I'll let you do that. Actually, I tried. I shouldn't have done that. But I'm going to welcome Gemma on. Gem's been part of the community for yonks, pretty much since we began, at least 3+ years. But she's going to go into her story a little bit about her health journey as a personal trainer, her history as a FIFO worker, and then sort of falling into this opportunity. And Gem's been to pretty much all the events, and life's happened in the background. And the reason I wanted to get Gem on tonight was just to make this whole journey real for people. We can get Ice Millionaires on, we can get all these people that have already got to that place that you're looking to go. But I think sharing journeys that are along the journey as well. So you can, if you are going to compare with anybody, which we know we shouldn't be, you can compare with people that are going through the same things. And we've all been there. We've all had the high highs, the low lows, the troughs. Life happens, relationship breakups, things like that. I've been through that. We've all been through that. So, yeah, the point of Gemma's, or the intention for Gemma's story tonight is just for her to share her journey. So, Gem, I would love to welcome you on, and thanks for taking the time to put this together and share with the crew tonight. We can't hear you. Maybe just go without the headphones, see if that works.
Is that better?
So much better.
Yeah? All right. Having some tech issues with headphones. None of my headphones work. So thank you. Thanks for inviting me on this call. I haven't been on this call for, I would say, probably 4 months due to life as we know it. But yeah, I think there's a few new faces that I haven't met, so I'll just introduce myself first and give a little of my story. So my name is Gemma, and Rory, it's Uitdenbogerd for anyone wondering, but you'll get the hang of it. I am a personal trainer and a network marketer, and I was first introduced to Isagenix 4 years ago tomorrow. It's my birthday and I enrolled on my birthday. So very exciting. Yeah, getting old, so I won't tell you how old I am. But yeah, I was introduced to the products by my best friend, Asha. I didn't really have sort of any reason why she kind of approached me other than she was just my friend, and she just kind of shared her story with me and it just resonated with me. So a few little things that I was struggling with was energy. I was a FIFO worker working 12-hour days. Sleep, I didn't actually know I wasn't getting a great night's sleep until I actually tried the products. And I was always very, very fit and healthy, and I was just not seeing the results in the gym that I was hoping for. So I didn't have any objections. I just jumped on board. And it was probably about my 11th day that I started feeling like that energy burst. My sleep, I think because of my sleep, I gained a lot of energy. And then about my 30th day, I had shredded so much visceral fat, I just had this killer 6-pack. And I think from a personal training perspective, you can eat clean and you can train, but I had never seen or experienced someone get a 6-pack so quickly. And then I did my research into visceral fat, and there's just nothing that compares to nutritional cleansing. And I've been using and sharing the products for 4 years now, and I've probably helped personally maybe 80 people, and then that has grown into nearly 500 people. So again, I saw, I kind of caught the vision of Isagenix very, very quickly. Something powerful to watch or listen to is GoPro by Eric Worre. Highly, highly recommend it. I watched that before my products even arrived, and I was like, wow, what have I just stepped into? So, the vision, I was, working in FIFO. I did that for 5 years, and I'd always be sitting at my desk thinking I don't want to do this when I'm married. I don't want to do this when I have kids. I don't want my partner to work away. But FIFO was the only thing that I kind of thought was the only job that I could get without, further study after high school, that I could earn, a lot of money and get ahead. And it's not the best environment for a female on site, but as soon as I found out about network marketing, I just I looked into it and I thought, this opportunity is for me. This is something that I want to run with. I didn't really run with it because life kind of kicked some curveballs, but I've just stayed in it for the whole 4 years. And, to me, purchasing $200 minimum of products a month is nothing compared to what this can actually do for your life. The way I look at it, if you just be a product sharer and you're okay with that, then this business is just going to flow for you. And the moment I get in my own head and I'm I've got to be a business builder, I've got to get a diary and a whiteboard and all this, I just get all these blocks and I get so overwhelmed and then I do nothing. Yep. So yep. I think, being okay with just being a product sharer or setting aside for, 3 hours a day and just make that into a routine, then that's when things are going to start flowing and, people are going to start showing up and that sort of stuff.
Can we stop there for a second, Jen? Because I want to touch on a couple of things. So just with your health journey, so you were already fit before you started. Did you already have a 12-pack before you started, or did the 12-pack come after?
No, I was skinny fat.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So if you haven't seen Gemma's journey, just go follow her on Facebook. And if you want some inspiration, I'm pretty sure there's a fair bit there. And I guess also your business journey, Gem, business journey, I know that's the word or whatever, but where you actually started looking at this as something tangible that you could do. Where was the moment where you sort of went, hang on a second, this is actually something legitimate and I want to partner with Isagenix? When was that moment? Because obviously there's a million other companies that have networked models, I guess. So do you remember when that was?
When I went to Celebration in San Diego, I think, because Asha enrolled me and she was living in Perth, and I had never met anyone from the BFREE team. I was living in Brisbane, and I just had never met anyone. It was all like this online. And then I just flew to San Diego by myself, met up with 4 of the BFREE crew, had never met them before, stayed in a house, and then, saw Celebration, saw what Isagenix was on a bigger scale. And that was probably when it became a company for me. It became a true business or something that I could, the community, I guess, became real after, going to Celebration, because you can get caught up with just, sitting behind your laptop and it just being a social media kind of business. So yeah, definitely an event. I think everyone would say that.
And what would you say have over the last 4 years, would you say that you've accelerated your personal growth and your self-development a lot? And if so, what were some key moments for you where you sort of you noticed that you sort of leveled up a little bit in your consciousness or in who you were?
I was pretty high in the belief areas of the business, the compensation, the products. So the products, hands down, 10 out of 10. Yeah. My biggest one was the self-belief. A lot of people, I had self-worth issues. I had self-confidence issues. I had, can I do this? Like, just all those like self-belief issues was probably my biggest thing. And I guess that's like one of the hardest things, because you can't just like read up about network marketing. You can't just like plug in a podcast. You need to really, really go deep, like within. And I guess I remember having a chat with Sarah, and I was like, Sarah, I just lack confidence. Like, how do I just become more confident? And she made me like explain to her all the areas in my life that I was confident in. And I was like, okay, I'm confident when I go to the gym. I'm confident when I drive to places I know. I'm confident at brushing my teeth, like things like that, right? And it's like, yeah, because you do them over and over and over again. Like the only reason you're not confident to do something is because it's foreign, because you don't do it, because it doesn't come naturally. And I guess like for me, you know, something like public speaking and, you know, Facebook Lives and standing up in front of people like that, I didn't want to do that. Like I didn't feel confident in doing that. So I just would like record myself, listen to it 10 times and delete it and just like, you know, stand up in front of friends and family. And then, you know, I got a job at like taking classes in gyms, like being up in front of people. And I just kind of, yeah, like picked out all the areas where I wanted to be more confident in and have that self-belief and you know, confidence basically. And I would just slowly work at those.
Yep. I think that is probably the most powerful thing I think I've heard this week. Is that, and again, just if you relate to Gemma at all, like just to make this a two-way conversation with everyone listening, like just put in the comments section, like one, if you've had self-confidence issues or self-belief issues or self-worth issues or anything like that. Like I'll be the first to admit, same, 100% the same. So, and it's funny, isn't it? Because someone like, if you meet Gemma when she's at like an event, she's like bubbly, you know, she's obviously got a lot of energy, high vibration, you know, like, but then behind closed doors, we all have these inner fears and these inner sort of belief issues, or we're just busy being busy, like you said before, Gem. And like when you made this about being a business, it took away from, I guess, the connection and flow, which just came naturally to you in the beginning, right? And I guess mastering the skill of network marketing is the thing that gets you paid. Mastering the skill of connection is the thing that gets you paid. And 4 years in, you're still sort of, you're now sort of stepping into that space where I personally feel that, you know, you're starting to nail that. So what would you say about, you know, you said you're a network marketer at the beginning and a personal trainer. What do you think is the one key thing to being a professional network marketer? Like, and I understand you're sort of still in the infancy of your journey in a sense, but from your point of view, what would you think that it is?
A network marketer? Is that the question?
Yeah. So what would be like the one thing that would make you a professional network marketer? Like the one skill, the one learning, the one action, what do you think it would be?
I honestly think believing and being proud of your service or product. I think if you just stand so freaking proud about Isagenix, then people are just going to come to you. And I think, yeah, if, you know, I don't necessarily say Isagenix when I'm talking to people. I'll always say nutritional cleansing, and that's not to hide the name. It's just to say, like, for an example, like if I'm drinking coconut water and someone asks me, I never say, oh, it's Coco Bella. I say it's coconut water. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. So when I talk about Isagenix, like I'm so proud of it, but I tell people like what it is. And I think, just being proud and knowing that you have like a gift, like it really is a gift. Like a lot of people don't know about nutritional cleansing, and a lot of people don't know about network marketing. And I think it's just our job to educate people. That's all it is. And, people will only shoot you down when they don't understand. And I think like a really, really important trait as a network marketer is to not let that get you down. Like people are going to say no all the time, and you just move on to the next one. Like it's not it's a business. It's not a, I don't know. It's not.
It's so true, because it's like we're dealing with a population where 95% of people are employees, you know what I mean? So you talk about them having their own home-based business, it's going to be foreign. They're not going to think that they can do it. They're not going to think it's for them. And then you add in a health journey where we've got a chronic disease epidemic. So we know that, 50 to 80% of the population isn't really in a state of good health and well-being. It makes sense that, there's going to be a bit of an objection to going on a health journey. So you've got, like you said, like it's an education thing, right? Like, and that's your first and foremost skill. But behind that is your belief and your own understanding. And I think what was really important that you said at the beginning of this, Gem, was the thing that actually got you to move to do this program in the first place was Asha told you a story that resonated with you. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like that was the one skill. Asha told you a story and you said, oh, that sounds like it's something for me. Then you did your own research, your own due diligence, and then you went to an event, and then like you really found out that this was for you. Yeah. So I think the power in your story is the simplicity and all the stuff that you've shared, and how you also said like, brushing your teeth. Like if you want to master the skill of network marketing, it's a foreign skill. Not everyone's good at marketing, but I think like Warren Buffett or someone said that it's the one, like marketing or learning how to sell yourself or exchange your value is probably the most important skill that we can have in life, right? Because it translates into everything that we do. So Jen, that's epic. Is there anything else that you wanted to really share? Like, is there anything that you wanted to, like, anything that made you choose to partner with Isagenix, or anything, maybe some challenges that you had along the way? Like, what else is coming to your mind at the moment that you feel the community needs to hear?
Probably one of my biggest struggles is comparing. I know we bang on about don't compare, but it's probably the single most thing that has just always gotten in my way, always. And, even if you have to unfollow hundreds of people on social media just so their stuff doesn't pop up in your feed. I did that. And then I sort of noticed a lot of my posts just became really, really authentic to myself. And like, I get really stuck if I read a post, I will like copy it and then try and change it, but it still sounds the same, and I think, just not comparing yourself to anyone, and because people are going to be attracted to you, they're not going to be attracted to, something that you've copied from someone. And I really, really do believe that is like a massive thing. And I got to a point where I completely closed down an Instagram page because it was just not me. It was just, it made me feel gross. Like it wasn't in alignment with myself at all. And I completely started again. And just remember, like, just to run your own race. I think if you like mentally believe that this is a 5 to 10 year business plan, if you just stick with that, then anything in between is just a bonus. And I think, like, if you're cycling once a week, that's your products paid for. That's free, amazing, incredible health for a whole year that the next person who isn't enrolled in Isagenix is not getting. So if, you know, and something else is, you know, I never, ever, ever had this massive why, like, and that's okay. That's totally okay. I work best when I have little goals, you know, like to buy some new runners or to, you know, fix up something on my car, or, you know, just these little goals and little wins that like just help me get my foot in front of the other. And
do you relate that to like the people that you impact? So say like if I help 2 people, I can fix my car, or if I help 4 people, you know, I can buy those runners. Is that sort of how your mind works with this?
Yeah, like to the T. Like if I had a parking fine the other day and I was like, all right, I go and roll 1 person on a president's back. Like, yeah, like even though I have the money to pay for it, I'm like, no, like I'm gonna pay for it with my Isogenics business. So yeah, things like that. Like I just break everything down, and because I'm not one for, like, I really try and, you know, write a goal script and manifest and that sort of stuff, but sometimes it just doesn't work for me. And like I'm a real numbers person, so if I'm like, okay, my goal is to earn X amount of dollars this month, I need to help this amount of people, and I need to, so I'll just break it down like that. And because it is a business and there is a structure to it, like to it. And I think if you're not utilizing the reports in your back office, then you need to jump on them ASAP.
Yeah. And I guess as well, like I just want to, so you helped your first 2 people, right? That was the big, you know, that's when you went from doing this for yourself and then doing this for others, yeah? And then you helped your first 10 people. So like you're in this sort of apprentice phase, and now you've helped 80 people personally in 4 years, right? Which has then gone on to impact 500 people. So out of those 500 people, that, you know, that's your ripple effect in a sense, because those people potentially would never have been introduced to this program unless you sort of said yes to it, yeah? Or maybe they would have in a different way. But what are some of the best stories that you can think that just come to your mind about, you know, people in your network or people that have been benefited by your decision to say yes?
I think a lot of people in my network have just absolutely loved this community. I tend to attract the little like lone wolves who are different, but they just don't fit in anywhere. And a lot of my people or my team, will hands down say the community. I did have a guy and his partner lose 56 kilos combined, and that was just like something like I can't even explain. Like it was just absolutely phenomenal. Like having them call me up and say that, and, you know, have them bawling their eyes out. And I didn't really do anything. I just shared the products with them, and they're the ones who, you know, took the products and went to the gym and that sort of stuff. But it was just that simple little, you should try these products. And, you know, I didn't think that something like that was going to happen. And, you know, I get messages from them all the time saying, you know, they're able to play with their grandkids and stuff like that. And, you know, you don't realize how powerful those sorts of things are. And I had one guy he lost 36 kilos, and he then went on to doing a personal training course, and he was a retired cricket coach, over 120 kilos, and never ever thought he honestly thought he'd have a heart attack and die.
Yeah,
that's what he said. And, you know, just simply by sharing products that I love myself, you know, you go on to have so many you know, powerful impacts. So it's the little stories like that you'll never ever get, you know, from a working environment that make this all worthwhile. You know, my boss doesn't tend to say one good thing in the office. So stories like that make this so worth it. Did Rosa freeze? I think he did. Can you guys still hear me? Okay. Well, I'll just continue. Do these usually go for half an hour? Right about. Okay, cool. Does anyone have any questions for me that I could answer? Laura, take us.
Hi. Oh, thank you so much for sharing. Some of the stuff that you've been sharing has been amazing, so powerful. I wanted to ask around your journey through helping other people share, and what was your experience with that as well?
So going through the new associate checklist is really powerful because you kind of get a gauge of people's confidence and why they're, I guess, like the level where they're at. So, if someone's just purely in it because they have really low self-esteem, really low confidence, they just want to make it about them, you can kind of, gauge with that when you run through the new associate checklist. And then I guess if someone's willing to share it, I always get someone to do like a 30-day post on their page, like their social media, their before and after, or if they don't feel comfortable, I'll do it and then just tag them in. That way it kind of creates, because a lot of people kind of like to keep to themselves, and then some people have this funny thing like, no, I want to get the results and then tell people. And, I guess, that's fine. That's totally fine. But just making sure you tell people about the rebate, because, a lot of people do have a money objection. And I think from the start, if you show them how to get their products paid for, then at least they have that in the back of their mind. Like, I was shown that. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it at all, but I was shown that and I was like, so what was that 820 thing? Like, I didn't know what it was, but as long as I was shown it, I, knew that I could share it. Because a lot of people don't know that they can share it, and a few people do. When, like, back in the day when I was still learning, people would come to me and say, they've got a friend who's interested in the products, and what do I do? And I never ever showed them the compensation plan. So I think just, those 3 questions on the new associate checklist, and kind of make them fun. Like, you don't have to read it, but just say, there is an option, A, B, or C. Which one do you think would be suitable for you, or which one excites you the most? Or, and I guess just, really, really make sure you read that section of the comp plan, of the new associate checklist.
I just, sorry guys, I'm Bali Wi-Fi, just dropped out there, so I'm glad you guys kept on going. But Gem, I just wanted to really thank you for taking the time, and I know there's a lot more depth to your story as well, and you've shared sort of the things that are probably relevant to the community. But are you coming to Brisbane Celebration?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we're going to have the whole crew there. The whole community is going to be over in Brizzy. So if you want to get over there, and, like Gemma said, when she went to San Diego, she really met the people, she met the environment and the company. You can really get a feel for, not just what you can do for yourself, but what you can do for others. And also, that big why, this might become a partnership that you legitimately want to, stand with and stand together with for the next 5 to 10 years. And you'll probably see in this community as well, there's a lot of us that, this is part-time for a lot of people. Yeah. And that's okay. There's personal trainers, there's mums, there's, people doing their own thing on the side as well. So this is something that can fit into the pocket of your life. So, Gem, from me to you, just want to say thank you. And just to everybody that has been listening, because, Gemma was vulnerable enough to share that, self-confidence and that type of stuff. So if you could just give us some feedback in the chat box as to anything that she might have helped you with today, or something that, even just a nice comment, because Gemma took 30 minutes out of her Monday to get back on. And part of the reason I didn't really share this with her, that I wanted to get her on this, is because she is such a vital part of this community and her energy is so contagious. So when we do see people, going through their life journey, it is nice to sort of call them back in and provide a space where they can come and give so much value. And I think we can all see that Gem's got a lot of value to give to this space. So we got from Rachel White, love it, commitment and persistency. She loves your work. What else we got, guys? Let's get in the chat box and just give Gem some feedback. And whilst we're doing that, Gem, where are you at the moment? Are you over in the East Coast?
Yeah, I'm living in Noosa.
Yep. Noosa.
Yeah. So if anyone is going to the Sunshine Coast, hit me up.
Yep. Get a 12-pack.
Yeah.
No beer.
Go beach train.
With you. Yeah. Fib and Laura said, what awesome things came about just because, you got started, and you listened to Asher and gave this a crack. Alex McFarlane, hey dude, truly grateful for sharing some of your journey. Rachel White, she wants a 12-pack too. Linda Jensen, thank you so much for sharing the photos. Oh my God, you're amazing. Christine and Paul, thanks Gem for sharing your story. Inspiration to hear what is possible and helping yourself and so many other people along the way. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Love you and leave you. Want to really respect your time. I know a lot of you want to get to bed. So again, thanks, Gem, for jumping on this. I think the key message from this, guys, is get to the ANZ celebration. The journey's real. Commit for 5 to 10 years. Figure out if this is obviously a partnership that you want in your life, and this is a community you want in your life. You can run your own race. Don't compare yourself. Self-belief and self-confidence is probably the thing that stops most of us from getting out of our head and actually making this about others and sharing it. So keep it simple and have fun. If you want to take yourselves off mute and say hi to Jam and everyone else, that's epic.
Thanks, Jam.
Thanks, Jam.
Thanks, Jim. Thank you.
See you in Brizzy.
Thank you for sharing.
No worries.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. See you next week.
See ya.
Yeah.